Hey friends, Sleepy here, and welcome to the episode of my weekly playlist. It's Friday, which means it's time for me to share with you guys the games I've been playing during the week, give you guys my thoughts and opinions on the games, whether I think you guys should check them out or not. I want to hear your guys' opinions as well. If you guys have played the games I share with you, let me know your guys' thoughts on them. I want to hear about the games you guys are playing, because that gives me great ideas of new games to check out, and it has been really awesome to listen to your guys' stories about the games you guys are currently playing, because you guys have piqued my interest in a lot of titles. And if you have any suggestions on a title you think I should check out, let me know. I appreciate the suggestions you guys have been giving me over the last couple of years of me doing this series, and I actually have a nice growing list of games to eventually check out and play thanks to your guys' suggestions. So really appreciate it. Now this week I only have one game. Sadly, I missed getting an episode of this film last week because I was actually sick with food poisoning for a few days. I ate at a burger joint and got sick that night, and then I had several days I was off of just recovering. I didn't do any game playing at all, and then I went to work and everything. But this week, I did play a game, and I started one that I have never played. I've had in my collection for a while, and that's one that I've always wanted to check out, and that was Wolfenstein The Old Blood, which just is an awesome first-person shooter set in the Wolfenstein series. Now, just like my latest episodes, I'm going to insert a clip here of me playing it and talking about it, so just give me a moment for that. Alright friends, we're going to take a look today at Wolfenstein The Old Blood, which I am a massive fan of the Wolfenstein series. They are awesome. I fell in love with this series back in the early 90s when I played the very first Wolfenstein 3D on one of my buddy's old computers at the time. Of course, at the time, little DOS and early Windows, those were top of the line at the time, and my buddy had one, and he's like, you gotta try out this game called Wolfenstein 3D, dude. It's awesome. And it's we found out is a first-person shooter, so they were real early and primitive at the time, but still a really fun game, and I really loved it. And I eventually did own it on the Super Nintendo. However, it got lost over the years, and sadly now that's like an $80-$90 game, but it was really cool playing it on the Super Nintendo. And of course it wasn't as great as it was on the PC, but it still was a really fun series and really good game. And so that was one of the games that really got me into first-person shooters besides Duke Nukem 3D. And I've loved the Wolfenstein series ever since. I've been buying all the games and wanted to play through them all. However, Wolfenstein The Old Blood I bought, but I actually have never played through it. I always meant to, and it just kind of got put in the back burner, and it just kept getting put off and off. And, I haven't played a first-person shooter in a while, and I decided, let's go back and play that Wolfenstein The Old Blood I haven't played, because I did play Wolfenstein The New Order, and I beat it. So I decided, it's about time to get into playing Wolfenstein The Old Blood, because I do want to go through this campaign and check it out. Read you guys a little thing from the back like I do every time I talk about games. So you play as BJ Blazkowicz, so the same main character from Wolfenstein 3D. He's pretty much been in all the Wolfenstein games that have been released to date, which is cool. He's a badass, absolutely love him. One of my favorite characters in a first-person shooter. Like, you have BJ's against maniacal prison warden as he breaks into Castle Wolfenstein in an attempt to steal the coordinates to General Deathhead's compound. So that's the very beginning of the game. I'm only on chapter 2 here, and I think there's like a total of 8, so the very early stages of the game. But it looks absolutely beautiful. I actually do have a new TV. This is a Samsung 65-inch 4K HDR TV that was actually given to me by my brother as a birthday gift. You guys will see it in my next pickups video, but it absolutely has wonderful visuals, and the games just look great, especially if they support it. Now, unfortunately, this game is not optimized for 4K and HDR support or anything like that, but it still does look wonderful on this 4K TV. Now, of course, my phone camera's not going to give justice to how the screen really looks. The TV looks a lot better than what you can see here, but it still looks really good on 4K. I absolutely love this game. It is super violent and bloody and gory. I love it. And the visuals just look wonderful. So I gotta kill a bunch of these Nazis. I just love how violent and bloody it is. I'll have to show you guys after I clean this area out of all the these damn Nazis here, of what the carnage looks like in this game. It's awesome. And one thing I like about... Ah, damn it. Dead. Didn't pay attention to that guy. But I just really like how violent and over the top that this game's visuals are. I also like that it has somewhat of regenerative health, but you also have to find health packs, and then there's a separate pack you can find for armor. So really cool. And so I'm actually playing on the medium difficulty setting, because there's like super easy, then there's like easy, then there's like normal, then there's like hard and super hard, and fuck, it's been a while. I played first person shooters in a couple of months, I think, and I'm pretty fucking rusty when it comes to these damn games. But let's see if we can find one of the enemies, and like you can see like the battle damage to him. Like, look at this dude. You can see like his head's exploded and the blood and guts everywhere, and his legs blowing off. Like, it's just awesome. I love how violent the freaking game is. And there's some points when you'll see like a dude's chest is burst open and you can see his rib cage and everything. It's just really sweet. So it's just something I really love. I like the concept of not having health that regenerates like Call of Duty. You know, I like having to find the health back, because that's kind of how old first-person shooters were back in the day, is you didn't have the regenerating health. Kind of Call of Duty's kind of one that put that on the map and kind of made it standard for first-person shooters. But you used to always have to find health packs and like armor upgrades and stuff. And so this Wolfenstein game, you know, still does that. There's a variety of weapons too I like. So you have all kinds of different weapons to choose from. This is takes place in like an alternate history where Nazi Germany is winning World War II, and eventually, you know, they do win. And there's some occult stuff in the game where, you know, you'll have like different kind of like super creatures and technology and stuff that wasn't around in World War II time that's actually in these games. So it's just really cool having a different perspective for World War II and like an alternate history. So something I really do like. But such a fantastic first-person shooter. Like I said, the visuals, the graphics, they're just really nice. The music is pretty cool too when it kicks on in like intense moments. And I really do love the voice acting in the game as well. Like BJ Blazkowicz, you know, got a great voice actor for him. And just a really wonderful game. I definitely suggest you guys check out Wolfenstein the Old Blood if you have never played it before, because it's actually a prequel to Wolfenstein the New Order. And then I do also need to play, once I beat this one, I do need to play Wolfenstein 2 the New Colossus. As I bought that game, I got the Terrorbilly edition that came with this cool BJ Blazkowicz action doll, but I have not played that one yet either, so that's on my list to play after this one as well. So definitely suggest you guys check out Wolfenstein the Old Blood. Wonderful game. You know, of course it's a linear first-person shooter. You know, you go from point A to B and follow through the story. But, you know, I do like first-person shooters like that. You know, I don't have to have every single game completely open world where I get to just do whatever you want and run around mindlessly, get lost in the world. You know, I like having sometimes a tailored, focused story that you get to go through and experience. You know, I do love those. Usually these games are like 8 to 10, 12-hour long campaigns. But really a wonderful game that I definitely think you guys should check out. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick little look at it, and let you know how much fun I've been having with it, and definitely suggest you guys check it out. Alrighty. So that was a little look here at Wolfenstein the Old Blood. I'm having an absolute blast with this game. I can't wait to actually beat it, and then I can start playing Wolfenstein 2, the New Colossus. As I mentioned, I have that collector's edition that came with the Terror-Billy doll, which is really cool. Really looking forward to playing that one. And then I also have the Wolfenstein Youngbloods, I think it's called, where you play as his daughters. I have that one to go through and play as well, as I do like playing all the Wolfenstein games. And I want to go through and finally beat all of them. And I really hope that we do get a new Wolfenstein game here in the future, as I absolutely love this series. There's so much more stories that could be told in the universe, and I really do hope we get another Wolfenstein game. But definitely you guys should check out Wolfenstein the Old Blood. Awesome game, really cheap these days. You can get it on Xbox One, PS4, the PC, you can get it practically anywhere. And it's a fairly cheap title. Definitely worth playing, though. I just love how ultra-violent it is. Just a great first-person shooter. But let me know your guys' thoughts on if you played Wolfenstein the Old Blood. Want to know about the games you guys are playing. And if you have any suggestions on games you think I should check out, let me know. As you guys always do, suggest really fun titles. Want to thank you guys for watching. Take care. You guys have an amazing day. And Sleepy, we'll see ya next time.